I got kicked out of the army, tried to commit suicide.
If I were to continue down that road, I would probably end up in jail.
There was no like way of helping me.
In hospital I was held there. They tied me to the bed several times for three days, Ratzuf.
Complication was that I was in a psychiatric ward.
Chen Chesed V'Rachamim is a non-profit organization raising awareness and funds for programs dedicated to providing counseling, rehabilitation, and supportive housing for people in need.
Two types of placements. One is an individual that has an actual mental illness, schizophrenia, bipolar, obsessive-compulsive disorder, severe mental illness that's chronic. C.V.V is in remote. There, these young men learn to integrate back into society.
This is a room for two of our residents with a bathroom attached.
Every Thursday we do baking in the kitchen and everybody helps.
In the hospital C.V.V, I feel like paradise. The neighborhood have a mikveh, have a synagogue, have good food here. I work in a place for feed the poor.
I had my last hospitalization. I didn't want to live here. I wanted to go back to Brooklyn, but Brother said, you don't know how lucky you are that you're here. And now I see how lucky I am that I'm here.
C.V.V was originally founded in Kfar Chabad as a home for battle-shocked veterans of Israel's defense forces. It continues to serve that purpose to this day.
כל בחור יש לו היסטוריה ויש משפחה שעברה איתו.
Every young man has his personal story, but also a family that has suffered through his breakdowns and who sought people in a proper place that could help them cope with their children's problems. Avraham is a war-shocked veteran. His entire group was killed in their tank. He alone survived, but with massive emotional injury. Even today, he can never sit still nor cope well with daily functioning.
Then there's the other type of young men, the guys that fall between the cracks. The guys that are not considered mental illness patients, for instance, schizophrenia or OCD. These are guys that if you bumped into them on the street, you wouldn't see any sort of self-destructive lifestyle that they're leading. But if you start to talk to them a little bit deeper and you try to see who they really are and you speak to their families, they're not making it. These are guys that really need a lot of support, a lot of care, a lot of love with a lot of boundaries. And that's Shat Ratzon.
When you guys taught me something called boundaries, it's about self-control, but it's really deep. What is self-control? You teach me, write it down, smoke a cigarette, think about it, listen to music. There are other ways of dealing with it than destructive patterns.
I think the big thing for me was when I got the letter from my old landlord after I paid all my debt off, and it said on the bottom, good job, hard work, I appreciate it. That's when it really stuck for me. Another one is when I had a year at work.
These guys could survive. They're phenomenal survivors. I mean, I could take one of these guys and drop him off in the middle of Iowa, blindfolded, and within 24 hours these guys know exactly where they're going to sleep, exactly who to hook up with drugs, where they're going to get their drinks, etc. To survive, these guys have no problems. On the streets, they survive. But when it comes to living and life skills, that's where we step in.
While I was in Sharatzon, they helped me through all the steps, which took time, but pretty quick for turning out to be able to actually turn out to be in the army, let alone become a commander of discipline, which is something I would never have saw myself.
We have right now 10 guys that are asking us, the families are begging us to accept them, and we are not able to sponsor it ourselves, and we are asking you to give us the ability and the opportunity to help and save these guys and their families.
Supporting and sustaining Chen Chesed V'Rachamim allows a dedicated and professional staff to answer the very complex and urgent needs of these men while giving them and their families hope for a brighter future.